played it. So anyways, he backrows Dregs my field. This is the best replay ever, which destroyed all these onslaughts, and all these onslaughts get to activate. There's only 2, but it feels like a lot. To summon Swordswoman, to special summon Queen, and then Baby Tiger on those special summons will special summon himself, where he cleared the field and let me resummon all my monsters on the field, and that was awesome. Okay, so you clicked on this video, so thank you for that. That's step 1. You're probably wondering what the heck is wrong with this guy and why is he running this deck of Orcus and Amazons. Now, I'm calling it an orchestra of Amazons. It's really just Amazons. Don't go out of your way to get the Orcus cards if you don't have them for this deck. It's kind of just a draw power idea and a little extra deck use because Amazons don't use the extra deck, obviously. So I'm going to run through the core of this deck. Is obviously just Amazons. You're going to want to run the 3 Princess, the 3 Onslaught, the 2 Swordswoman, and the Queen for sure. Baby Tiger is nice. I don't think you need 2. 1 is good enough. You're going to get it with the draw power of the Orcus engine. And some people like to run the Amazoness revival spell or trap. But Onslaught, if you don't know, if it's popped, you can revive an Amazoness. A lot of people don't know that. It's at the very bottom. It's like a lot of text to read, and you normally just know that this card banishes your opponent's monster, and people just want to get rid of it. They pop it, and then you can resummon one of your destroyed Amazons, and then you want to run Chaos Hunter. Personally, I think you do, because if you run Chaos Hunter, your opponent cannot banish, so you cannot get your Amazon as Queen banished, you can't get your Onslaught banished, all that stuff. So let's go through all of it. I'll tell you why I thought this was a good idea to run all of this. So 1 Chaos Hunter, just explained why. 3 Princess. So Princess will let you discard a card to summon an Amazoness from the deck. You will discard one of your Orcus cards and summon Queen. That is the idea, because it can let you discard any card, not just an Amazon card. So 3 Princess, 1 Queen. Queen will prevent your Amazon from being destroyed by battle. 3 Harp Horror. If you do not have Orcus, I'm going to restate this. Don't go get them. If you have maybe a few because you dug the box for Light Swords or whatever, use them. If not, just run like Star Seraphs or pure Amazons. This is just for fun. So 3 Harp Horror, 2 Swordswomen because you're limited to 2, 1 Simple Skeleton, 1 Baby Tiger, 2 Brass Bombards. If you don't know what this does, it's a tuner, so that's fun. I'll explain what all the Orcus do in a second, actually. 3 Return. So Return will let you send a Orcus card from your hand to draw 2. Then the 3 Onslaughts and the extra deck, I just run whatever you... Orcus, when they use a special ability, their special effect, you can only special summon dark monsters, so my extra deck is almost all dark. So we got Doom Dragon to go with the Orchestra, Brass Bombard, and Chaos Hunter. 7 plus 1 is 8. Then we got Balmung to do with the Cymbal Skeleton, the Princess, either one of them, and then the Brass Bombard. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Then the Celestial Wolf Lord is a 6. So that's going to be used with a combination of whatever cards to get to 6. Samsara, level 5, is used with, whatever level 4 you have, even the Balmung, and then an Orcus Brass Bombard. Put him in defense mode. Special summon your Queen again if she's destroyed and Onslaughts aren't available, whatever. 1 Nightmare Shark, I never used this. I was actually running Gaia, the level 7 Xyz, and by accident because I didn't realize he was in there. But yeah, Sharks of Water, you probably won't be able to special summon him if you special summon an Orcust. Then we got number 70, Malevolent Sin, my favorite, rank 4, and the Steelswarm Roach, because again, they're darks. You probably could run a Bisweller if it wasn't for the darks. So Orcust, if he's in the graveyard, you banish him, you special summon an Orcust from the deck, so that's most likely going to be Bombard to go into a Synchro, or you can go into Skeleton. Skeleton's not that good, but if you have a level 3, if you had like a rank 3, you could use him in Princess. But Skeleton in the graveyard, you banish him, you special summon another Orcus from the graveyard, and then Bombard, you can banish him from the graveyard and special summon an Orcus from your hand. Each of those effects will then limit you to only special summon dark monsters for the rest of the turn. You know how Amazons work, I know how Orcus work with it. For some reason, you think it's not going to work. It's because it doesn't really... It's not a great deck. It's not the best. The skill you would use, I don't have a skill set with him. I wanted to see if Anton, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, if I could do this deck without a skill. Use Holy Guard. Just with, if you're, whatever, just use Holy Guard, okay? So that's the deck. I'm using it in the event right now, which makes any deck good, but whatever. Check it out.
It's time to do.
Okay, so this is the event going on at this moment. When this is uploaded, the event will probably just about to be ending. But this is a Turbo Duel Grand Prix event, where, of course, this is different than a ladder, and the skills that you can use in this do not reflect like how good this deck would do on the ladder. But I'm trying my best not to use the skills, if possible, the Turbo Duel exclusive skills. So first we're going to use Orcustrated Return, blah blah blah, draw 2, get Princess, get Baby, set the onslaught, get everything ready to go, have a special summon monster, go right into the Celestial Wolf, and then get hit by a Wall of Thorns. Celestial Wolf's effect will activate. Once destroyed, it'll reduce the monster to 0. Activate Onslaught. He can do pretty much do nothing, so I can jump right into Swordwoman, get Tiger back from the graveyard, get Econ, but I can use the Onslaught to summon Queen, then banish, and my own whatever. Attack for 29, he's using the Rika cards. Rikas will do a lot of stuff. I have Onslaught on the field, then I have Queen on the field to protect everything going on right now. I also have Chaos Hunter in my hand. Chaos Hunter will not be able to use their effect special summon because I don't have a card to discard, but I do now. Attack into the Rika, banish, get hit by a Drowning Mirror Force, so I have nothing on the field, but I can still special summon Chaos Hunter from my hand. He'll use the Rika's effects. Did I say Rika before? Rika, Glamour to tribute to special summon, or to search, I'm sorry. The Rika cards are somewhat new still. I'm trying to build a deck. Hopefully I can build a deck and make a deck rough with that. Anyways, he special summons, so I can use Chaos Hunter's ability, special summon her from my hand. He'll use the Rika effect to go into the XYs, and then for some reason get rid of the XYs right away without doing anything. He can't banish, but I don't think Rika's banished at all. Attack with Orcust Power or Chaos Hunter. I don't think I've used anything but draw power with the X skills, so that's good so far, but that was a quick Rika victory. Now, Rikas aren't meta or anything, so it's not a very fantastic victory, but again, this deck isn't going to be top tier. This deck isn't going to be fantastic. Pure Amazons are probably better, but I just wanted to fool around with Amazons on that Onslaught's off the ban list, and Orcus are a fun engine, if you want to call it that. So this is a Lunalight player. Lunalights will obviously be a big deal because pretty much the main goal of Amazon's turn 1 is to summon Princess, get Onslaught, and hope to get Queen. So I'm going to have Princess in attack mode, which is not necessarily the best idea, but he could bring me to 0 with Crimson Fox and attack me for 24, but I can banish, and on my turn go in for lethal, because people don't want to read cards, and I don't know, maybe he thought he could attack twice. I don't know what was going on. So after the quick Lunalight and Rika victory, I have been fast forwarding these because I have 10, I believe, 10 replays, or at least 9, to go through to show you that this deck actually works somehow. Orcust and Amazon Sonic deck that you would put together. Anyways, he's playing the new TGs with the actual card. TGs is probably the best deck you could use in the Turbo Grand Prix duel thing going on because of how the synergy of everything works together. So anyways, I got 3 Onslaught in my hand. Niragaki breaks my Princess, but I get to use Harp to summon the Brass Bombard from my deck and set 2 of the Onslaughts. Can't really do much more than that, but he can't either. I was just saying TGs are good to use and he can't do anything. Anyways, I used the Return to draw 2, tribute the Brass Bombard to summon Queen with Amazoness Tiger, and then use Orcust shenanigans, whatever. So the idea with Orcust is, like I said in the deck profile, that you can only special summon dark monsters when you use their effect. So you make sure that you use their effect last, so that you can summon Baby Tiger or use Onslaught in the battle phase to special summon an Amazon. Maybe you don't want to use one of the Orcust if you're running the package together. You might not want to use them. So he's using a bunch of TG cards to summon them, the Wonder Magician, and using Jet Falcon's effect, change to that. Onslaught will special summon Princess back in the field. Princess would have been able to search Onslaught if I didn't have another one in my hand, but I do. He destroys Harp, so I'm going to use the reduce 12 destroy monster on the field, which I could have just attacked into with Holy Guard if I was using that skill and banished it, no big deal, but not doing that. So I attack with Balmung, and then I can attack with Princess, And because of using a Orcust effect, I can't use Princess effects, especially someone in Amazon from my deck. But it doesn't matter. He surrenders. So there was that. And then we have Luna running Holy Guard, where usually when you see Holy Guard nowadays, you're probably going to expect it to be Amazons. So that's what I expected. But nope, it's a Gladiator Beast deck, which will probably give Amazons a run for their money normally. But using this in the Turbo Duel, it's a little different. So I use Onslaught in the battle phase to special summon Queen, which I luckily opened with, but he gets a pop Queen anyways with this trap. I don't really know how Gladiator Beasts work. Not a big fan of the deck. I never really learned it. So he's special summoning a lot. Pops Onslaught. Onslaught will let me special summon Queen from the graveyard because she already popped. I'll summon Harp Horror. Use my draw X skill. Draw into Skeleton, attack for the 2 cards, destroy the 2 cards, he attacks into Harp Horror, attacks into Queen, activate Onslaught, Onslaught will banish, and Queen will not get destroyed by battle. I use Harp Horror's effects in the graveyard, go into Balmung, use Skeleton's effect in the graveyard, special summon Brass Bombard to have another body on the field, boost up my attack, Onslaught banish, attack 3100 to the face, dead. So now we're opening up with a pretty terrible hand, but luckily we have Princess if we're running 3 of her. ET sets, I will use Orcustrated Return on the luckily drawn Brass Bombard, draw 2, normal summon Princess, special summon Baby Tiger, and I'll be able to search for an Onslaught, even though I have one. It's always nice to make the opponent unaware that you have 2, so that you can set 2, and then if they pop one, it's not a big deal. Use Princess's effect to search for Queen. They're using a Nordic Beast deck, a deck I don't think I've ever seen on any ladder, whether it's like ranked, event, casual, anything. So anyways, I set Princess. I don't want her to get hit with only 1200. He floodgates my newly summoned Swordswoman, but I get to banish with Queen. He searches with other Nordic beasts. Even when this deck first came out, no one ever played it. So anyways, he Blackrow Dregs my field. This is the best replay ever, which destroyed all these Onslaughts, and all these Onslaughts get to activate. There's only 2, but it feels like a lot. To summon Swordswoman, to special summon Queen, and then Baby Tiger on those special summons will special summon himself, where he cleared the field and let me resummon all my monsters on the field, and that was awesome. That made me feel really bad for him and really good for myself. It was just a funny duel. A lot of people don't know that Onslaught on Destruction will resummon a destroyed Amazon, and while people don't know that, it's really fun to watch them destroy it, and then I get to resummon the monster they just worked so hard to destroy, especially when it's Queen on the field and Queen can't be destroyed by battle. They had to pop it with whatever. So here's a mirror match. We got some Amazoness Princess searching for Onslaught. Luna's, I think she's running Holy Guard. I didn't really read. Sets 2, probably 2 Onslaught. Luckily, I know that you can destroy Onslaught and you'll resummon, so I know that. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to get Fiendish Chained after using Return to draw extra. So Princess will not be able to search or anything, so I'm going to use Harp Horror, special summon Bombard, and get rid of Princess with the Bombard and make Balmung. And with that, I can only special summon Dark now, so that's okay. I go into Skeleton. I know that there's an Onslaught face down, so I attack with the Skeleton first, so Skeleton get banished, don't care about him at all. Then I attack into it, didn't know if he had an Amazon in the hand, he did, he summons it, he attacks into me, banishes my Balmung. That kind of sucks, but whatever. So I summon another Princess. He floodgates my Princess, but luckily Princess effect will still be able to search for another Onslaught. There we go. Got my Onslaught in my hand. Got 2 in the hand. I'll set both of them in pass because I can't really do anything else. I got a counter of 12. He pops my Onslaught. Onslaught will then special summon Princess. Princess will search for my last Onslaught. He doesn't know I have a second one set down though. So Luna will draw with a special skill, set 1. He's using a trap-focused Amazon deck, which is probably what's normally going to happen, and I hate that. I like to be able to draw and summon. So he Fiendish Chains my Amazon after I get to special summon Queen with Princess's effect, and I'll just flip up Amazon Onslaught, which got Galaxy Sight, or Galaxy whatever it's called. He attacks into, not knowing I have my 3rd Onslaught. Queen will banish and not be destroyed, but Amazon Swordswoman and his banish. Well, he's going to keep banishing each other constantly with the Amazons. So he attacks me, he knows he's being banished, I'm being banished, there goes Queen, there goes Swordswoman. That's okay, I still have a Swordswoman on the field, but is negated by Fiendish Chain. So I get to summon Orcust Harp Horror and use the 2 monsters to go into number 70, Malevolent Sin, my probably favorite rank 4 available to us right now. Malevolent Sin, if they had an Amazon, I could have banished the Amazon's monster, so I would not be banished by attack, and I could have attacked for lethal, but I used the plus 1,000 spell counter thing. Here we've got Yusei and a kind of not ideal hand. I can draw 2 and hopefully get a quick Amazon, but you never know. So he's going to use Starliege and what are they called? The Galaxy Eyes deck. The Photons, that's what they're called. Photons, he gets... So this is going to be a huge problem. This would definitely be a huge problem if I was not doing the Turbo Duel, but because I have the ability to destroy with the Turbo Duel, it's not a huge threat. But Photons are a big problem. They're an OTK, FTK deck with a lot of banishment, and you can't have your Amazons banished. It's a huge problem. So I'm able to use the Orcust, the special summon, just have bodies on the field because I can't really do anything else. So first room of destruction will be able to banish my onslaught, which won't be popped, so I can't resummon any of my Amazons, and he can banish my queen with another one of those cards. And he's got piercing with photon trident, and he pops my other onslaught. So this is a huge problem, and it would have been detrimental to my life if it wasn't for the fact that I was in the Turbo Duel. So normally I probably would have lost this duel. Not much I could have done, but luckily that's not the case. So this deck, or this replay, all these duels are in the Turbo Duel, and they're probably not relevant for you to run this deck on the ladder because of that. So it's not a fair representation. So this is kind of definitely just a meme deck video. So I hope you guys don't actually go and like spend your gems and your resources and your time to make this deck to using the actual ladder, because as you can see, that was purely like not skill. That was just luck and stalling, which I guess a lot of duels are in the ladder too sometimes, right? Okay, we get to win and rank up. I believe I went to Master with this deck, or at least Elite 1, maybe not Master 7, which isn't great, obviously, but it's just, I'm just letting you guys know, just to make sure you don't think I'm in this 4 or 5 star ranking and in Master. It's not that. But I believe this was before Master was unlocked, so it's not like I could have gone up anyways. So it's TG again. I'm not talking over what's going on because it's pretty obvious of how the Amazon package works. Forbidden Lances would be able to negate the onslaught if he uses it on his own monster, but I'm still able to destroy by battle, it's not damage it, and then I'm able to eventually beat over him and destroy him. He just didn't have a very good opening hand. He had a lot of lances. So he sets nothing, pretty much just sets a monster. I get to Orcustrated Return, draw some cards, use Princess, use Baby Tiger, special summon. Princess will let me search for an onslaught. So even if I battle, I have Queen in my hand, so I can't special summon her from the deck, which is annoying, but I get to special summon a Swordswoman just to have on the field instead of Baby Tiger. So he's using a Vendread deck, so I Chaos Hunter, and he attacks the Chaos Hunter because that's the biggest problem with not being able to banish. So then I special summon Baby Tiger after summoning Queen, attack with Onslaught to banish, bring him down to 100. If I had just kept Baby Tiger in attack position, I would have been able to go for lethal that turn, but that's fine. You can't do that much else. Attack, banish, and then I get to attack for game. And that's it. That's the duel. So this is the last duel of the whole video, so thank you for making this far. I just said that last time, but here we go again. He gets to go first. He's using Chocolate Magician Girl and discarding a Dark Magician. So using a Dark Magician deck with the ban list around. This is, I guess, his variation of Dark Magician. So I'm going to summon Princess, go into a Baby Tiger and Onslaught. If I attack into Dark Magician or Chocolate Magician Girl, he'll be able to special summon Dark Magician from the graveyard and make me attack that. But he's going to navigate, which I didn't know he had set. Whoops! Special summon 2 Dark Magician. So he's got a pretty good field. I will activate Onslaught, which will get negated by navigation, and I know that, but I want it to be navigated now. It does not get destroyed by the navigation, just negated for the 1 turn, but I want it to be able to work next turn. Accidentally, that was a misclick, by the way. He attacks to 25 while I'm almost dead. I knew I would survive that unless he had some kind of like boost, but that's fine. I'll reduce 7 to draw 1 card. I will summon the Swordswoman, special summon Baby Tiger. In the battle phase, I will summon Queen with Onslaught. Attack into Dark Magician, banish. Attack into the other Dark Magician, banish. nothing on the field. I don't want to attack into Chocolate, so I don't want to special summon the other Dark Magician. He's going to use Rod, search for Circle. That's fine. Then he will activate Circle and look at the top 3 cards of his deck, add a Dark Magician card, you get Dark Magic attack. He can, if he had Dark Magician on the field, the only one he has is in the graveyard. If he had it on the field, he could destroy Onslaught, and that'd be a big problem for me. But he attacks into Swordswoman, takes 100 damage, and then surrenders because I banished it. I guess he didn't know Onslaught worked on his turn too, but a lot of people don't know how Amazons work, and it's really funny to duel against them. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.